Hello, now then, welcome back. This is episode 8 of the Iron Glide Iron Teeth hard mode playthrough. We are careering headlong into a drought in 1.8 days. Last time, we spent a good deal fighting off a couple of back-to-back bad tides, plus me then not turning on any of the pumps for pretty much the majority of a season, which didn't help matters. But we didn't run out of water, but we did run out of food, which meant we planted some corn. And with the corn came the rations. With the rations, I think it'll end up saving our beavers. Because we can grow corn, and each one of these pretty much guarantees that we can take from one pit of corn 5 rations. So the ratio is phenomenal. To that end, we are going to plant some more food, corn, up here for the beavers to eat. Now, most people get sick of eating corn constantly, but tragically for these guys, they are going to have to stick with it. On the other end of that, when we ran out of berries, we also ran out of the ability to grow beavers. So quite a few died, so I think we were up to 50 or 60 an episode or 2 ago. I'd have to go back and check. And we were very much needing more beaver storage here, which we do not currently have. Well, we have, but we don't have the need for. So yeah, a lot of them have died. We lost all these crops, which I'm not going to replant. And we started this monstrosity here, which is going to power the industry. Do need to do something fancy with building up here. Not quite sure what that will look like, but it's going to be probably just filling these in with something, whether it be planks or levees, just to build all of the industry on. We need to connect everything together, which we will do in some way, but not so sure yet. And I think it's not a great deal of power running through this, but we seemed to get... well, I think it was higher than that originally, but we'll double check when we unpause. And water. So, to the previous point of running out of water, or near enough, and not turning pumps back on, we are going to move water pumping from down here in this complete chaos to something up here with no chaos. And we're just going to pump straight out of this lake, ultimately. We probably could do with a lot more storage, so we're going to build a couple more of these, but we do need to work on not just building them, but staffing them and populating more jobs, as we currently paused on all of this, paused on all the inventors' huts, pretty much paused on anything but farms and pumping, and we are, I think, we're still short pretty much on everything. So, only the high priority jobs, which are this guy and the farms and tree planting. So we need to fix all of these problems because right now we just need more beavers. So instead of me waffling on and just going around a post game, let's get that running. The first thing to do is going to be doing something about the pumping. Now, the water pumps that we have can only go down so fast. They can go to 6, so it would be nice to be able to build it out here to get as deep as humanly possible, or beaverly possible, as it should be. But I don't think I'm going to worry about it too much. So I'm going to build them up to this level and just pump straight out of this. So that is our first job, because although we have, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these, we should be a bit more efficient with it. So first things first, we need something to build on, and we're finally going to unlock some double platforms. We have the science for it, and we are going to need it. So just get rid of all of this, clear all these paths. Yes. And we are going to build a bridge of stuff out here. So we could put the tree thing back in, but I don't know if I want to do that just yet, so I'm not going to bother. And then we are just basically going to hang them off the edge here. How much space do they need? Let me just check that. So they need it all, so that's okay. So let us begin building this monstrosity. So this should give us a decent opportunity to put these in. Let's just find the right key on the keyboard. It should have pulled these up, but never mind. Let me just pull those up to there. So, with that, I think we only have one beaver in here. I'm going to take the opportunity to pause these guys. And hopefully get some more beavers out and about into other jobs. So we do have haulers. Probably don't need 10 of them, but I'm going to leave 10 in. And finally explode those. And we will expand this area because we have to, ultimately. So it's going to be another case of... whoa, 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 whoa. Not sell this. No, 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 no. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Well, we've started off well. We've started off really good. We've started off really, really good. It's been a spectacular episode so far. I am well happy. Not. Anyway, let's stop moping and just get on with it. This guy can reach, but we're going to need some more. This depresses me here greatly. Anyway, so where were we? We need to get a fluid dump installed into here. We need to get a farm installed somewhere in here. If we, I think there's enough reach there, so we'll just do that. Path this bad boy here. That's the entrance, and again we will do the neat little trick of a little bit of water here. Set that to obtain. So the haulers should do that if they're not busy, I think. And we are full on corn rations, which is perfect. Now, what we should be looking at doing, other than letting them carry on with this, we could just let this path in while we're waiting, because then they can get straight into it. Get... Are they gonna... Can they reach those? I don't think they can. No, they can't. So it doesn't really matter. Let's just get rid of those. And so what we have over here is just food, which is okay. We are going to need the planks, and we're going to need to get some people in here. And I think we will cut a couple of people here. So with any luck, we can keep up with the plank production for this, and then we can look to move some of these. I'm not going to delete them yet because no doubt we'll run out of something and it'll go catastrophically wrong. But anyway, I digress. Okay, there's no one in there. That's fine. We're going to drain all this anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. So water is nearly full, so that's perfect for that. They'll get round to this eventually. We're going to have to wait until they're finished on this job. We need somewhere to put it all. So, what I think will be better for us to do is leave this up here, this area up here for farming and whatnot. Probably move a lot of the things up here into this. I would like to block this off and flood it, but I'm not looking to spend that kind of resourcing on a million water dumps to make that work, because right now these here tie up an entire beaver. I could pause them, that is true. However, the problem with that is that we end up losing the sight on them, and then they get full, and then ultimately pause it, drains, well, evaporates, and then everything dies. It's not so much of a problem for these, or certainly this, so I'm gonna make these jobs neutral, I think, for now. And see where they go. So these can be splashed really easily. These, I've got 2 days, so these must have instantly dried up as soon as I took my eyes off them from showing you previously, but whatever. It'll be fine. Anyway, so where to move the beavers to? That's the question. So this area is kind of not doing anything. We could really do with moving them up here, or at least freeing up some of the area. I will in fact buy this, as I pretty much do not want to run out of corn rations anyway. So if we just do this, are we going to tie up anything with... I don't think it really matters. Hello? Yes, please. Let's just chuck that in there, and this will be for corn rations, which are there. There's a lot of corn rations. There was quite a bit of corn, but tragically it died. So for now, let's just pause that and we'll stick a beaver somewhere else. Berries are looking okay. I would like to get someone in here. See if we can get some berries out of this. I don't think we will, but we'll see. While there's water in here, it obviously works, but it's fine, but a bad tide devastates all this anyway, so... So, we have here, we are making cassavas. They are not getting anywhere because they're getting eaten pretty much before anything happens with them. These are prioritised by haulers, so they should be taking everything where it needs to go to. They are getting along this quite nicely, so they must have all the jobs assigned to start building on the water pumps. So, say goodbye to this and this and this. May not have been a good idea, but do it anyway. Let's just have a look at halfway through. Way through. So the population's going up. Let's just take a quick look at how cooked these are. Not too far away. Yeah, we could do some more, to be fair. Let's see if we can squeeze in another one. Where are they, beavers? Here are the beavers. Let's just chuck those in. Wisely or not, we'll grow the population a little bit. So that's effort of trying to keep up with what we had. Pretty much devastated what we were too thin when we lost all the food, and that pretty much decimated the beavers. Again, more water equals more survival of the beavers. It's probably about time to also consider putting something a bit closer from a water point of view. So I'm gonna bin these off. And hopefully these fit, which they look to do. It'd be nice if they fit better than that, but never mind. I'm going to build these. It's big commitments, but I'm going to make them lower priority, just because I don't need them just yet. But once one of them is built, in fact, I will do that because I would like to bin off these 5 tanks here. And these are prioritized by haulers. They're not doing anything, so that's okay. We just need to get these laid in. Shouldn't take them too long to get around to that, I don't believe. But anyway. So good, they've planted those. Meant the cassavas are pretty much getting in instantly. How is the corn rations doing? I seem to prefer that over the corn, to be fair, but fair enough. So, yeah, I think we are going to be here a while we wait for these. I am going to up this priority on more beavers as we need them. And then I'm going to move the population up here, I think. We'll have to do something to relocate this at some point, just because we are going to need more sites eventually, but we don't have the beavers to run them, so it's kind of a moot point. We are going to plant some more trees, so no, it's paused. It is now unpaused. I'll get someone in there, they can start planting. Let's see how they're doing. It's not going to show me. Oh, it is. So that needs hitting with a hammer. Guess it's the same for that one. Good. Right, so now they should be working on those. So we have lost quite a bit of the water already. It's either evaporation or pumping it out, and it's better in these tanks than it is anywhere else. So I'm not too worried about that. I will, once this gets down to below that level, I will pause these ones, just for safe reasons. Still have 13 days to go, so if running out of water would be pretty bad. Let's just take these out. That tank's in good, so the beavers should be breeding some more. Berries are still looking good. And then they should move up here, and these corn should be pretty much nearly done, which is perfect. Scraps full. Right, so pause to these then. So that's 2 beavers we've got to go elsewhere. These do need setting up actually, so let's just do that. And as I said, pause these. This is definitely a bit pointless at this point because there's nothing for them to pump, but with any luck there's enough water left in this bit to keep most of it dry, but we'll see. So just it's an easy way to do this. That's the wrong one. Jobs. Is that this one? Yes. There we go. So that should be all of those. Well, we don't have any need for them right now. So there is no water, so that's not a problem for us right now. We have taken all this out, but there's enough water in here to sustain us. We have all the... well, we're still down one job, I suppose. So we have all the beavers, but we don't. Good, they're starting on that. Do we have... we don't have anyone pussing. Oh, good news. That's your job now. Not entirely sure where we're losing the beavers from, to be fair. But with any luck... what's up with you? Are you hungry? Right, never mind. Wonder what was up with the beaver. So that's the end of the corn rations. Is that us they're going into here? No, they've just eaten them all. So where are the corn rations? Oh, they're down there. Fine. Did wonder for a moment. That's cool. So... are any of these growing up soon? Yes, one of them. So we are now finally, job neutral. Hallelujah. So, with that said, we could look to finish getting some metal block storage filled up. Not going to worry too much about that, but I do want to get those on. So, with... I've got one going to come in, so 2, 3. So that's the 3. Okay, it's 4 now. And one died. Thanks, Vingy. Oh, I was so close. Never mind. Cool, so 9 days to go. This is all nearly full. We will need to make this an important job. This guy will also need to be an important job. Let's take a beaver out of there. And we will plant corn. All the corn, forever and ever. So that's going to be all of this. Water, please. So, without being too crazy with water spend, we should, hopefully, be able to get them in here. So these guys can help each other out. So, although we're down to 1, there's technically 2 of them. We do actually have more planting game than I thought, which is quite nice. What I am going to do is do that, and I'm going to see what that does for us in terms of being able to reach. It's going to be an advantage for us to do this. But they'll get to that when they can. So we are pretty low on water. We've run out there, which is, I guess, fine. We're not pumping anything out of there. So this has got, I guess, most of it. I think we're not going to have too much of an issue with that. Should be pulling corn out, so let's set you to harvest. Let's turn this guy back on. And let's get some of that corn moving. Let's just replant this. No, we don't need to plant any of this. Get rid of that one because it's never going to get planted. There we go. I'm going to super prioritize that. Thank you very much. Good. So this is going to be an obtain. And I'm going to empty this. Just wondering from a housing point of view if we can do something clever here. Possibly. Possibly. You can also prioritize harvesting so you can help out this guy for as much as you can reach. Good. Right. So from a construction point of view, I don't think we have anything else for them to do. Other than these, which they are currently sinking all of the resources into, which is fine, which we can build. As these empty, I will get rid. We could probably just empty one of these anyway, so let's just empty that. And hopefully it'll fit somewhere else. We just need to generally tidy up the area because it's kind of bad. So we need to get the beavers housing sorted at some point, but I'm thinking we can fit another big housing in here anyway. But we could look to get these row houses, and again, it's burning through science we don't really have. But you get quite a lot in them for small footprint. So these obviously are much smaller, but one. These two here is the equal size to this giant one. So I think that's going to be more worthy of our time. I think. In fact, it is. So I'm going to unlock it. Sadly, for this gaggle of beavers here, they are going to get evicted. That will cause them some issue, I know, but we will rip that out. And just generally try and tidy up the place. So it's going to be more beneficial for us to do it this way, I think. Oh, we forgot that was there. Oh, well, there you go. Learned something new. And by new, I mean, I put it there like 5 episodes ago, but whatever. That is on its way to being nearly done. With planks and gears, it's a problem. Probably because I've got to go to the other side of creation to get all the stuff. What we could probably do in the short term we can then get, we say that is planks, that's gears. What else was it? Metal. So let's just set that to metal. Obtain all of these. Probably also need to be concerned a bit with there we go. To help plant, I'll just put another one back in here. Good guess on there. This guy can't get down, but that should help, I believe. So with that, this corn is going to be the thing that is going to save us. good. And this is now going to be water as a supply. Not that there's anything in it. So we have reduced the total amount of water we can save, not by much, but made it, I think, slightly more efficient, as I would like to get rid of this. And I would like to put in just a little medium tank here, just by the housing. Get that to obtain. Just because they can come out of the houses and get straight to it. Please get rid of that. So we'll look to eventually replace all of these anyway, just to make life a little bit easier. From a beaver storage perspective, let's just chuck in that path. There we go. So we have 6 free beds. So happy with that. That's empty, so that can go. With 1.9 days left, this here looks like it'll last just for a little that time. Yeah. If it does, and if it does dry up, it's not going to affect any of these. Water should come spilling straight through. This needs to be lowered to 0.75, as I want this to fill up first, and I'll say but it's not particularly a large area, I will grant you, but we're going to need all hands on deck to fill up the water tanks soon. So let's just see how these come in. So that's okay. Still halfway. It's about to kick out. And that's just started. There's not a lot of space in between these, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, I suppose. So the trees are looking good. Let's start getting some beavers in here. We've pretty much stolen them from I don't know where, so let's just see. Gears. Fine, okay. Let's pause you and use them in there, I think. We are full on planks, which the gear workshop will see to the back of. Alright, once that's empty, which it should be empty now, saying goodbye to this. So we have cleared up this pumping area down here, which is nice. Now, yes, I know these aren't doing anything yet, and it's going to take a while, but it will take but a moment. These are all poised like coiled springs, ready to take our call. We should get some flowing through here because it's a bit low. But once these slam shut, this will fill up. These guys can then start doing the do. Right. So they should be working on not that or that. Are they working on this? They are not. Maybe they are actually. Yes, they are. Okay. What priority did I give these? Just low. Right. Okay. I suppose they are the oldest job we've got, so it's fine. That's haulers. They should. So we set these to obtain. The haulers should do what they need to do with this one. In fact, nothing's sunk into that one yet. Let's just... It's a bit far for them to walk. We could build another platform closer to them here, but they're prioritised by haulers anyway, so we're not so much of a problem. Yeah, okay, that'll go in at top priority, but whatever. So they should be getting everything out of here, so let's just get these. Probably overtaxing the haulers at this point, but whatever. Good, so now we're pumping there, water's going in, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Full on planks, which is not a problem. We do have a nice amount of gears. So we have a drought coming, so these should be shut now, which they are. Now this should overspill shortly. It isn't already. Please pour in. There we go. So that should restore some of the power usage down here. So it's not relying too much on this. And we have 2.5 days to get a couple of thousand worth of water, which I think will be plenty doable, to be honest. That is doing okay. There was a little bit of flooding, but it's not a problem, I don't think. So still short of beavers, but I think we're slowly clawing back the population. I need a few more of these beavers to finish cooking, and then we can be on with some other stuff. So I think with that, we've secured, quote unquote, the colony. This guy is giving us all the corn rations. This is filling up nicely. Healthier amounts of food for now anyway. We are full on corns, which means we can't pull it out of the ground, which means if there's another issue, kind of stuck. So should we, can we can sort of kinda put something here. It's not the most ideal placement and it's hideously ugly, but we're going to go with it. So let's just do that. And I would like this to be raw corn. I'll not do anything stupid with that just yet. Take these back down. Still got one guy in it, so that's all planted. It's fine. There's probably other few we could plant, but never mind. We need that doing by haulers, that doing by haulers. That needs to be for water. We're looking pretty good. Let's log some planks, which we've got enough, but those... And this can be emptied once that's done. I set it to empty. So with that, we should be able to store decent amounts of food. Gonna get some berries off here soon, so that's fine because we're going into a drought, not a bad side. I do wonder if it's worth pulling these up slightly more, but I'll leave it alone. So, good. To that end, I think we will look to wrap up this episode here. We've not done anything particularly exciting this one, but I hope that we've secured the colony a bit better than we were doing. This here is the lifeblood of the colony. These are high priority jobs, so that's okay. This guy doesn't need to worry too much about trees because all he's doing was those, which are gone anyway. Yeah, so I think that'll do for today. So next time we'll probably look to do something a little bit more exciting than just trying to ensure that we haven't killed all the beavers for the 3rd episode in a row. Managed it this time. I hope. But yes, so the next time we're going to need to start looking at something a bit more exciting than just looking at corn and water. But it's going to be concentrating on this area and sorting out industry and shifting this away from down here and moving up here. I would eventually like to move these over to this riverside bit here. Whether that happens that episode or we just worry about moving industry up and out the way up here, it's probably what we'll do. But first is finishing off this. We also need to fix science somehow because we are pretty much bound to what we have because we've only got these 2 inventors that's here and nobody's in them. Plus they're paused. So with these 8 beavers, I'm hoping that... oh, never mind. We have a spare beaver. Congrats. Invent me that science. So yeah, the colony is finally bouncing back in numbers. Yeah, industry up here, I think next time. Look to deal with not so much mines, if I can find it somewhere in here. This bad boy. With the increase of industry, we can plant some of those on here and get unlimited power, which will be perfect for what we need. So that we're not stuck behind these tides. And also start to think about how we make this bad tide proof. So to that end, we'll wrap up here. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please chuck them in down below and see you next time.